Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Jana. How are you? I hope you've had a good week. Somehow, even though we're home and not doing all the usual things that we do, the week still seems very busy to me. Maybe to you too. But I hope everyone's well. I hope you're feeling well, your family's well. I hope you've been able to get outside sometimes in your yard or maybe on a walk to play a bit. We had some rainy days, but we had some nice days too. So I hope things are good with you. And I wanted you to know that I miss all of you. So do I. Oh yeah, Priscilla's here again. We both miss you. But we're glad to be able to talk to you this way. So Priscilla told me that she wanted to share something with us today. Yep, that's right. I do. Okay, Priscilla, what is it? Well, yesterday I saw next door to us. The house had been empty for a while, but somebody moved in. Oh, really? Even in these times? Yeah, even in these times. They moved in, they had boxes. It was a mommy and a daddy and a doggy and some children. Wow, well, that's exciting. I didn't see any butterflies, though. Well, maybe you can get to know the children. Yeah, but you know, they looked very tired. So I told my mommy how tired they look, and she decided to do something for them. What did she decide to do, Priscilla? She decided to cook some food. She made some soup for them and some bread, and she brought it over, social distance, of course, and left it on their porch, and with a note that said, "Welcome, and we hope that you like this food." Well, that was really nice of her. Yeah, it was nice. It's nice to share. Well, we know about sharing. I'm sure you know about sharing. Tell me, can you ever think of a time that you shared something with anybody? I bet if you think hard, you might just come up with some times. Maybe food? We've done that at church. Maybe a toy. Maybe a book. I bet there are things that you've shared with people. We certainly have. And each week in church school, when we're together, not by video, but when we're together in person, we share treats, don't we? We usually share Swedish fish, my favorite, gummy bears. Oh, what else? Sometimes we share cookies. We share all kinds of good things. I bet you can remember all of them. And you know what? They're safely stored in a big plastic box at the church. And when we go back, we can share those again. But this was very nice that Priscilla's mom shared with the family next door. She wanted to welcome them to the neighborhood and to make them feel that they were welcomed and hopefully glad to be there. So Priscilla, thank you for that story. Oh, you're welcome. And we have another story about someone in the Bible who shared as well. So I will read that to you. Let me get that. Oh, and of course, in here, you know what that is, the Bible. And this story is from a book in the Bible. And the New Testament, because we know that the New Testament happened after Jesus was born. So here's our story. And the woman who's telling the story is named Deborah. So she says, "Good morning. My name is Deborah." And this is like we're in her home. So we're going to pretend to be in her home. "My name is Deborah. Welcome to my home. I would like to show you some of the things that my friends and I did together. We loved Jesus very much, and we always tried to follow Jesus' way and do the things that Jesus would do. First, I noticed that you looked very hot and tired after your trip here when you entered my home. So let me offer you a drink of water." So Deborah got out some cups of water, and And she gave them to people. And this is us, because we're pretending we're there. Then she said, my friends and I would often go to temple to worship God. We would sing many songs together to celebrate and praise our love to God. I would like to sing a song with you. So since Deborah isn't here with us right now, I'll sing the song and pretend to be Deborah. Okay? God bless you and God bless me. We are God's big family. God is good and God is great. Now we want to celebrate. Celebrate. God will care for you and me. God loves the whole family. Deborah said, we prayed to God because we knew that God listened. We remembered how important prayer was to Jesus. After worshiping in the temple, we would go to each other's houses and share a meal together. We remembered how Jesus shared meals with his friends. Would you like to eat with me now? So we'll pretend we're in Deborah's house. And I'm going to use foods, almost all, that people used to have back in Jesus' time. So one of the things that they had back then, I'll show you. They had yogurt. I'm sure you've had yogurt before. They also had honey. And this was a treat. I'm going to try to see how fast it goes. Oh, I don't want to block you. Here it comes. Let's see if I can get it. Ooh, I'm getting the honey to drip on the yogurt. Oh, yum. That's pretty good stuff. Now, you may say, Mrs. Jana, you're using your hands. But I have a cloth. And you know what? Back in Jesus' time, they didn't have knives and forks and spoons. They used their fingers to eat. So like we do now, always had to keep our hands clean first. And then when they ate, look, you can see there's the yogurt with the honey in it. They would use bread to scoop up the things to eat. So I'm going to try that right now. Now, they had pita bread back then that they used. I don't have any in my house today. I wasn't able to get any, but I have a cracker. So we'll pretend that that's pita bread. I don't think they had crackers in Jesus' time. But remember, they used their hands. So they scooped it up. So I'm pretending this is pita bread. Scoop up the honey and the yogurt. That's yummy. So what they were doing at Deborah's house was sharing a meal. That was the custom then. Deborah said, we were always happy to be together. We reminded each other of all the things Jesus taught us. We wanted to care for each other and to share everything we had. Every day, as we gathered, someone would come to our door and ask if they could join our community, if they could be our friend. And do you know what we said? Can you take a guess? They said, yes, you are welcome. You are welcome with love. So Deborah says to you, as we finish the story, please come again, girls and boys. Come again. You will always be welcome with love. Me too? Yes, you too, Priscilla. You're always welcome with love. So this is a story that reminds us that God is with us in different ways. God, even after Jesus was gone, even after he died, and then he came back for several days, and he visited with people and talked to people, and he was there. He met with the disciples, but then he went to heaven. And even after he was gone, God was still with us. God was at Deborah's house. God was there helping to bless that food, helping to provide that food. God gives us so many things in nature to use. God helps to feed us. God was helping to feed the people at Deborah's house. And God was also blessing them when they said prayers, when they were welcoming other people, when they were sharing, when they were acting in Jesus' way. That shows that God is with us. His Spirit is there. We are acting in His way. We're praying, we're sharing, we're doing the things that He taught us to do. So no matter when or where, it's been 2,000 years, more than that, since Jesus has been gone. God is still with us. God feeds us. God cares for us. God looks after us and is always with us. And it's not just about feeding us with food, although that, of course, is very, very important. God feeds our spirit. If you know what that means, it means that God gets inside us and can make us feel happy and strong and take care of us. So not just with food, but in other ways too. And that's so important. And so important right now to remember that. So if you're feeling sad, we've talked about that before, close your eyes and think about God being with you, because God is always there to feed you and care for you in many ways. So that's our story today, but I have some pictures I'm going to show you, and maybe it's a little bit of a guessing game. So let's do this. I'm going to show you some pictures, and I hope you can see them. And the pictures are going to show us some things that were done in Jesus' time and some things that are done now and how they're kind of the same. They're different, but the same. So let me show you. I'll see if you can guess which is which. All right. So here is a picture of people eating in Jesus' time. You can see they're dressed differently. They don't have spoons and forks. Now, where is a picture of people eating now? Oh, I bet you see it. There it is. You can see families are still together, but they're eating a little differently. They have a table, they have chairs, they have knives, plates, forks, spoons, glasses. And back in Jesus' time, they had plates, and maybe napkins, but that's about it, and they were sitting on the floor. So that was then, and this is now. But it's still kind of the same thing, just done differently. So here are some people in Jesus' time, and they are praying. Praising God, saying prayers. And look, here are some people now praying. Still the same thing, but done a bit differently. Now, here's something. Look at this. Here's a family in Jesus' time playing music and singing and dancing. I bet they're celebrating God. And down here, look at that. In this time, a family with a daddy playing the guitar, everybody singing. Who knows, maybe they danced later too. And then at the bottom, some children in Jesus' time playing a game. Kind of looks like hopscotch. Wow, cool. And in this time, riding bicycles. They didn't have them then, but they still played games and got outside to do things. So even though some things change a lot, some things always stay the same. Families care about each other, and we are watched over by God as we live in Jesus' ways. So have a great week. I'll see you next Sunday. I hope everyone is safe, taking good care of each other and your families. And I'll talk to you soon. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Somebody wants to say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. I love you. I do too. Have a great week. Bye-bye.